Welcome back to another episode of The Cure for Cowardice. Whew. I just got off a shift at the restaurant. They have an event once a year that lasts 3 days. Today was day one. It was the busiest I've ever seen the place by a lot. I worked from 5 till about 1. And the topic that I wanted to make this video about was sticking to your goals or your promises to yourself, or whatever you want to call it, even under extreme circumstances. Because I don't drink and I'm not smoking, and even though it was a crazy shift, and even though it was an absolute madhouse in there, I was invited to go hang out with the other servers after work, go drink and smoke. And I politely declined. First drinking, and then he goes, that's right, you don't drink. We'll smoke then. And I politely declined again. And he looked kind of shocked. And I think we use the excuse of, but it was extremely stressful, or the situation in whatever extent was extreme. We use that as an excuse to go back on the things that we said we were going to do. And it's really a shame, because if you think about it, if you're trying to do something to better your life, if every time things get especially difficult or stressful or crazy or whatever you want to put in there, if every time things get extreme, you break the things that you're working on, your streaks, so to speak, you go back on the habits that you're trying to build, it's like, shit, no wonder most of us don't achieve the things that we want to in life. Because I've done that more times than I can count. Of the, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Oh, but I wasn't expecting this to come up. Like, oh yeah, but I'm still gonna, start again tomorrow, but, I'm gonna go back on the thing that I said I was gonna do today because it was hard, it was stressful. And the more I think about it, it's like, if you can do it when it's crazy, when it's hard, when it's extreme, then you will be able to do it when it's easy. And so, oftentimes we think about giving ourselves a pass because of unexpected events. It's like, I'm not drinking, but this was a really hard day at work, so let me just have a couple. And you could fill in whatever it is that you want to put there. But what it comes down to is, if you break your habits, or I would even call them promises to yourself, if you break those when you should be on them, and you use the excuse of unexpected situation, insert here, it makes it that much harder to make progress. Because if you don't break it, if you stay strong even when it's hard, even when you don't want to, even when there is an unexpected, extreme, hard situation, if you stay strong through that and you maintain your discipline and you keep your promise to yourself to do whatever it is that you said you would do, if you can do that, shit, the rest of it will be easy. Because it's like, fuck, well, if I can not drink after that shift, then I know I'm not going to drink when it was a little crazy. Or insert whatever habit you're trying to not do here. And so, I think instead of giving ourselves passes when things are extremely difficult, that is when it is most important to exercise discipline and most important to keep our promises to ourselves. Because if we break when it's hard, we're never going to make it for the long term. And if we can stay strong when it's hard, then it'll just get easier and easier. So anyway, I think that's what I got for now. Thanks for tuning in. Catch y'all on the flip side.